As Hoyo said, the Nod Krai version is dedicated to make up and explain previous stories, which means that we are probably getting a lot of new maps in old areas. And of course, it's not a Hoyo game if new maps are not mentioned and hinted a few years ago. So today, let's see how many mentioned maps there are that's probably coming out in the near future. The first map, and probably one of the soon-to-be-released map, is Dornman Port. It's an important trading center for Mondstadt, and it's probably what keeps the nation going. Aside from Deluxe Winery, Eula patrols the trading route between the port and Mondstadt, and saved Yinfei from Abyss Order in Dornman Port. Recently, Jean mentioned in her birthday mail that her mother, Frederica Gunhilder, had returned to Mondstadt, and is currently stationed in Dornman Port. And according to the Knights in Nod Krai, Jean's father Seamus Pegg is returning for private matter too. We'll probably see the story of Jean and Barbara's divorced parents soon. In the newly released map, we all know that Liyue is a nation of commerce, and since it's the nation of Geo, it has a blooming mining industry. But actually, Liyue also has a huge smithing industry. The reason people tend to forget about this is because the Blackcliff Forge, where most of the smithing is done, is still unreleased. The entrance to the forge has always been here since 1.0, right next to the Golden House. Surprisingly, the founder of the forge is actually Yun Jin's ancestor. The forge is located inside Mount Tianheng, working as a forge and a mine at the same time. Weapons like the Prototype series and the Blackcliff series are all made in there. It's even said that some of its tunnels are connected to an ancient underground realm. It's probably the same civilization under the chasm, which according to Dane, has similar style to Kenria. Given the fact that there's no new map released since Luna 1, and that the next version is the Lantern Right version, it's very likely we'll finally go into this place in Luna 4. If you think the Mare Jivari arc in 5.8 seemed a little weak, it's because it's not really fully released yet.
Travelers will only be able to explore a small corner of it in version 5.8, but don't worry, the rest will be gradually unveiled in future versions.
With Vinny getting his powers back in Luna 3, and Bennett's constellation still on the sky of Mare Jivari, we are probably going back to Natlan very soon to explore more about this place. And as the place where Vinny used his power from the Ruler of Time, it's quite possible that we can see Istaroth for the first time there. Aside from these, there are still more maps to be released in the future, but we really don't know much about them. Like Mount Esus in Fontaine, the highest mountain in Teyvat. Technically, we can already go there. It's just a small portion of its east side. And another map in Mondstadt called Dandelion Sea. It's mentioned in the book The Fox in the Dandelion Sea, and most of us learn about it from this little kid outside the city. It sounds like a fictional place, but since Genshin's fairy tales and child stories mostly turns out to be true, we can't really rule out the possibility. Lastly, there's a random line in a world quest in Inazuma. East to the ocean depths, west to the Cinder Sea, south to the blazing light, and north to the waning waters. It looks like a random sentence, but in the original Chinese text, Cinder Sea is clearly referring to Mare Jivari, the westernmost part of Teyvat we know so far. And in the Chinese community, it's widely recognized as the sentence that tells the border to whole Teyvat. Will we eventually get to explore them? That's everything I have for you today. Please subscribe to the channel for more Genshin-related content, and I'll see you in Teyvat.